Now we should be live, and let's do a little sound check. Let's see, Ao, if you're listening, give us a thumbs up if we can hear all of us.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, make some noises, guys. We gotta gotta make sure it's all going out.
Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Yeah. Okay, I think I heard it on Twitch.
Yeah, I can hear all of us on Twitch.
Yeah, I think I heard it on Twitch. Yeah, I can hear all of us. Okay, I gotta mute mine then because I've got
Yeah.
YouTube and Twitch open. It's an echo bubble.
Yeah, I can hear it.
What the hell's an echo bubble anyway?
Echo bubble.
You keep hearing about that? Yeah. Oh no, you haven't seen that on Twitter?
Oh no.
I think it's like a GCR had brought up something about an echo bubble, which is basically where numbers go up, where we pump based on.
Oh,
I didn't really look into the whole thing behind it, but
that's not what
everyone's talking about it. Now he talked about it a few weeks ago that we're going to enter an echo bubble.
All right. Well, if that means things are gonna go up, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing though, but yeah, if we're live, yeah, go ahead and take it off, Wick.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna switch over to your screen, Wick. We can get started.
All right.
Like,
And we're finally here. Welcome, welcome. So, little brief introduction. We are the traders of Room 110. Just one of the many components of the Room 110 ecosystem within Web3. A bunch of cool, very smart people in there doing all kinds of different things with NFTs and Web3 and doing spaces and everything like that. You can find our links at the bottom of the page there, Twitter, Discord. Definitely go follow us. So as far as trading goes, I like to always start with the dollar, kind of see what it's doing, and then relate it back to how we might be looking at crypto for the week. This is kind of an interesting area for the dollar. So we've had this huge kind of run down here, just consistently. We're in a spot where it's like I'm half expecting another move upward a little bit, but it's hard to tell here. Usually with this kind of lineup right here over to the left, I was expecting more of an acceleration through that, more of a larger candle to run down and break this low. And instead we got this consolidation right at that consolidation. So that's kind of interesting. This is the daily, so maybe we'll go down to the 4-hour. Yeah, we're just kind of right in the middle of a range here. So that always makes it difficult to give an idea of direction. Last week when we talked, I was expecting it to come up and at least make some sort of resistance here where we had this support area and this one. I thought maybe it would come all the way up here, maybe even up towards here and grab these little equal wicks here. And we came up a bit and then kind of got front ran. It didn't come all the way up to this spot, which is not weird or anything. Still half expecting maybe another move up before we get another leg down, and we could potentially just come up again. We kind of need to look at what the catalysts are. So from there we go to good old Forex Factory or any other source where you can find a economic calendar. tons of sources. So let's see here. So yeah, typically on Mondays we don't really have market moving events on the economic calendar, which we only have one little thing today that probably just really isn't effective at all. Let's see. Let's try to look at I try to get an idea of our heaviest weighted day during the week. What's going to be the biggest market moving event during the week? Usually it's midweek or the end of the week, sometimes both. Tomorrow we have quite a few PMI manufacturing numbers, euro, pound, US dollar. So that's going to be a pretty big day tomorrow. And that's going to be kind of starting very early in the morning through London to New York. So we could see some bigger moves in the market overnight if you're kind of in the US. Let's see, Wednesday, we've got some Canadian rates coming out that may have a little bit of an impact on markets as well. Thursday, we've got durable goods, nothing real heavy. Unemployment claims can move the market a little bit. That's something to watch out for Thursday morning. Usually not a massive event there, but sometimes it can. And then we have core price index Friday. Again, it's not like massive. So it's kind of like Tuesday feels like the biggest day as far as events go. I actually want to check out where we had events last week, if you guys don't mind, and just kind of see what happened in correlation to that.
Go for it. Absolutely.
So last week we did the same thing. Kind of came to the conclusion that what was it, core PPI? So Wednesday morning, US was going to be a bigger hitter, and then we had, let's see, what was it? So we did have unemployment. Curious to see what happened there on Thursday. So let's take a look at the dollar. All right. For those listening on Twitch, can you guys hear okay? I'm looking at someone's getting rugged, but not sure if it's their end or ours. Maybe give a thumbs up or a yes.
We should be fine at our end. It looks like AO is confirming it.
Okay, cool.
It sounds good.
Good deal. All right, so let's see. Wednesday was kind of our big day, wasn't it? So Wednesday was the core PPI. When we did this last Monday, that's what we kind of talked about. That's something to look out for. And as a matter of fact, we did. Oh wait, okay. Tuesday going into Wednesday. There we go. So yeah, Tuesday going into Wednesday was kind of like our wildest move, our most volatile move. Didn't really take us anywhere. Just kind of a run on stops on both sides kind of a thing. But that gave us some activity. You could have gone, if this went running down here, you probably found a good long position on a crypto pair. Maybe. So let's see. Did unemployment do anything? This is obviously there could be many other factors, but just want to see. So this is Thursday morning, 30-ish. I'm going to go down to, okay, yeah, maybe the 1 hour here. Sorry about that. Yeah, pretty much nothing on Thursday. So last week unemployment numbers didn't do much at all as far as moving the dollar, and probably not other assets as well. So that core PPI or CPI is what did it. All right. Tuesday, expecting something else. So yeah, overnight tonight, going into tomorrow morning, Tuesday, probably expect bigger moves based on that stuff. So yeah, probably a wrap up on the dollar there. As far as direction goes, man, it's tough. I mean, it looks like a lot of pairs in crypto kind of want to come down into the range. I'm still half expecting DXY to come up a bit more into the range rather than make another leg down. But going into tomorrow, that could change. I don't have a real great basis on that either. We're kind of just ranging right here, and we need to find an escape first to get any real idea of direction after that. So, so that's what I've got. Did you guys want to go into something?
Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah, I think dollar does look like it could be bottomy. Not necessarily bottoming, but definitely another leg down, especially a sharp leg down. Yeah, not too sure. But other than that, I posted some things in our Discord yesterday about how the S&P was looking, and if you want to switch over to my screen, I can show you where we're at. Let's see. Wait for it.
Your screen is live.
It is live. Okay.
Yes.
Can't see it on the YouTube yet. Okay. Well, maybe there's a little bit of a lag. Okay. Well, anyways, I showed yesterday about how on Friday it closed like right at the 200-day moving average, and so they do that. They want to trap as many people, as many algorithms that are trading as possible, and then the weekend was just okay. For crypto, and the ES kind of just hung around. I'll switch over to the ES now. The futures, and this is the stuff I look at. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it was kind of hanging out. It's a 30-minute chart, hanging out up until today. So I was really waiting for today to give us the direction. If we're gonna hang out, if we're gonna close above this 200-day moving average on the actual S&P, that's pretty good. That's pretty bullish. Of course, the boomer markets, they love round numbers. So 4,000, kind of a big deal. And it looks like if you look at this candle about 30 minutes ago, which right down to about 4,000. It bounced off it. So, it's here we are in the power hour. Usually that last half hour of trading is when the big boys come in and decide whether they're going to de-risk, unwind some hedges heading into the next day. So kind of going to find out what they have planned there. It'd be nice. I mean, crypto had a great run last week. So you got to think that, there's going to be some correction at some point, something. It doesn't necessarily mean dumping. It just means it's some sort of pullback. That's what you got to think. But again, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. So when you get into like a couple of us are in this GRT short that we took a little bit ago, and I got in it just because I didn't want to be, if you guys are in it, I got to be in it too. Can't let you guys roll alone. But normally I would not have taken this trade, and this is why. It's the yellow is the 200-day, and we're really just kind of flirting with it. So instead of diddling in the middle, I kind of wait until we either got to move up in short or wait until we get a move down in long. Again, I don't know if there's any catalyst on this thing that's going to make it go one way or the other, but I usually don't fuck around with 200-day moving averages when it's just kind of flirting around with it. I usually don't. On the shorter time frames, this is the 15-minute on this one. I've really been using the 5-minute when I get to these entries and these quick little ones. You see, let's go back to that 15. I like that one better on this one. You got some action here. I mean, if we can get a close below this little area here, I'll probably maybe add some more. But for now, I'm in it, but I'm not feeling too good about it. But just never know. Never know what's going to happen on that one. Risk isn't too huge. My stop's up here in like 0.9, 0.91, 0.92, something like that up here. So even if it does stop me out, it's not the end of the world. I haven't actively been trading like I used to, and it's going to get even more tough for me to do low time frame stuff as I head into tax season here in the U.S. And a lot of the guys from Room 110 before we were 110 will remember that last year I worked like 7 days a week for about 2 months straight. Yeah, about 2 months straight. So last year I didn't do too much trading. I did some, but it was more getting my butt kicked doing NFTs last year than trading crypto, especially on the lower time frame. So, but this is where I'm at now. Somebody had asked about Ethereum. I believe it was BTC Art, and all I can do is that how you pronounce the guy's name?
Yeah.
You guys call him? Yeah, you guys call him that? Okay.
I just call him BT.
BT. Okay. I didn't want to call him Bart. It sounds kind of weird, but let's go to my higher time frame charts on Ethereum. And I am going to go ahead and remove my indicators, which I've done that before and then had a hard time finding them. But let's remove the indicators. Now, this is weekly, and this is a range that I drew a long time ago and went over in a stream with you guys before. But see, it seems like we're getting towards the top of this range. And this was back in August, this $2,000 level. It looks like, hey, if we're going to head up there, great. It's possible. But for some reason, I have this blue line drawn on here for 1658. And that was from a long time ago. And, this happens where I trade a low time frame. I put a line on there for an exit or an entry. And then all of a sudden, months later, it comes back to that area and then it respects it for some reason. So I don't know why. Probably has something to do with something that happened, months prior that, I'm not really paying attention to as a low time frame trader. But you could see that we could be, I'd say max, 17, 18. I might really start thinking about cutting some exposure to Ethereum. And that includes NFTs. Unless you got enough money to hedge what you got. But that's just me and my hedge fund theory and how I work things. As much as I try to keep my NFT and crypto portfolio separate, they are interrelated. So you do always have to keep that in mind. So if we were to go down, I got bids here in the 1585, which earlier today, it missed by $1. I don't know why I didn't get filled. Kind of sucks, but I didn't get filled there. Got some bids here in the low 15s as well. And this is just for a spot so I can buy more pandas, even though I could go buy them right now, but I don't like to buy them with, if I feel that Ethereum's toppy, I usually don't try to buy NFTs at that time. So, yeah, sure, it could go up. And with everything kind of looking good, yeah, it could go up. But once we get to the top of this, 17, get around 17, 18, I'd probably start de-risking a bit. So you could do the math. Yeah, you do the math on your expected return if it was to get there. If you buy 10 grand of Ethereum right now and it does get there, figure out what your max reward is and decide if it's worth it. Or if you think you can get it cheaper, then great. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get down to this $800, $900 level like we had last summer. We're not gonna get there anytime soon. Doesn't mean we won't later in the year. But for now, you guys know me, I look at Legacy, and Legacy looks not too bad. So it's really hard to position for lower when this stuff's starting to look all right.
Mm-hmm.
So
that looks like it has potential to launch.
It could. It very well could. And God, I hope it does. And but again, that's how I'm personally playing it. I'm not doom and gloom, not yet. Like I said, I take my cues from the legacy market because that's where the money's at. So other than that, Lido, I've been trading Lido, which has been awesome. It's been so much fun. Let's see. That's pretty ugly. There we go. Here's a 30-minute chart on Lido. And this is really the gift that just keeps on giving. It's very, very easy to trade. It just blasted through a level earlier today, or maybe it was late last night, overnight. But pretty solid up here, 270. I shorted it down to here. But again, this thing could have some serious room to run. later down the road. If you get into the low $2 again, yeah, okay, maybe we're heading lower, but this thing's done very well. It's something to pay attention to. That's a low time frame chart. On the high time frames, I haven't really done the high time frames on this one because it's just been, it's also just coincidence. When am I looking at the charts? When am I available to trade? And maybe it's just lucky. On the Sol side, Solana, let's see. I did take that trade last. Was it Friday? Yeah, when I was flying and Vlad was like, "Hey, we're gonna short this thing down to $18." I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's go!" Right? So I get in the short, and then I'm on the plane, and it wicks out pretty high, and it missed my stop by just a couple cents, which was great because then for some reason the Wi-Fi on the plane was being kind of screwy. So I finally got coverage when we were up there about halfway through the flight, and it dumped pretty far down to like 24.8, probably like right around here. And I was like, wow, this is working out pretty well. But that Darth Maul right after Friday closed, that was crazy. And you guys were trading that, weren't you?
I was out personally.
No, I wasn't in that area.
Okay.
That time, no.
Yeah. All right. So
that was ugly.
Yeah, so I played a few of these, shorted just down to like the mid 24s. Yeah, mid 24s. And I was really looking at that 25.2 level that Vlad had brought it up, and I'd had it on a different chart also. And so I was really looking to short this down, but I closed it last night, so I missed this big leg. I missed that one. Or I closed it a couple days ago. I was too busy all weekend to trade it. So I don't know, Vlad, what do you think now? You think we got a lot of room to run downstairs or what?
Well, I mean, for Solana.
Hello?
No.
Bueller?
I'm coming through. I was just muted. I was just muted on the Discord. This is just recovering from a flu, so yeah, I don't wanna cough in the live stream. But yeah, let me switch over to my chart real quick, and we can look at Solana because I do have the fractal idea. Right, for Solana,
yeah,
which has been playing out fairly accurately so far, and it's basically what all of the trades is based from. So let's see. And now we're on the GRT here. So let me see if I can find our dear Solana. Right. So the idea of the Solana short was fairly easy. It was the sort of the fake out above these two equal highs, and
okay.
you can see that it came up in here and then it started like consolidating and it started drifting down, and it's. For now, this is one of my favorite setups, like long or short, is really this, finding some kind of extreme and trade a reclaim or a retest of those levels. So the Solana short here is the same idea as the GRT short that we're currently in.
Okay.
And if we zoom out a little bit, I want to see if I can. Let's just remove all of the drawings so we have a nice clean chart. Yeah. So for Solana, the fractal idea is basically looking at this. Whoa, that was a big circle. It's looking at this area, this little last low, and then kind of this, the resulting pump, if you will. And one thing that struck me is that in terms of weekly candle, just in terms of price movement for weekly candles, upwards specifically, like these two, the last the last 3 weeks, or the last 3 weeks, we've basically seen the largest weekly up candles that Solana has put in. Possibly, if you measure close to close, it could be the largest weekly on this chart, at least.
Like ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Like I'm trying to follow this.
Okay.
This little pathway, and then it's anyone's guess how far this will run. This is one of those areas where I think reasonable resistance is right here, just weekly bearish order block at 29. But we have objectives above 29 as well. So we have equal highs at 39, which if we take these two equal highs, my guess is we're also going to take out this high at 48. But this is a weekly. This is a weekly chart, right?
Okay.
And you were asking like why? I guess you were asking why are we gonna go down to 18?
Yeah, because I have the same setup because I was trading Solana pretty hard in the summer. Yeah, the 39, 38, 39 area, 37 to 39-ish area. Yeah, I was working off that in the summer, so thinking I might go up there. So yeah, I was wondering why you think it would go, on the short side, go so far down.
Right. So, and it's all based on the analog, or this fractal. And as you can see, like over here on the left side, I'm expecting this weekly candle.
Oh yeah.
To shape up.
Okay.
And so what I'm really looking for is for us to take out previous weekly lows at 20. And what I wanted to see really was these lows that we have right here. I wanted to see that be kind of retested.
I see that.
Obviously, me saying I want it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but so
yes, it does.
Something like that, right? It would be sort of the idea.
And that does exactly what that previous one does. Just takes out the low of the previous candle. It's like adding more confluence to the idea.
And then continues back up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, it makes sense in my head, and it also makes sense now that we cool down a little bit, because as I'm sure you guys are aware, that the Solana hype has slowly begun again. Like, confidence in Solana has returned.
For sure. No doubt.
Which is ironic, right? Because nothing really happened with the tech, but the price went up.
Right. I know. I always crack it when people say, "Oh, Bitcoin's, the tech behind Bitcoin hasn't changed. So why has the price changed?" Well, welcome to free markets. It's just the way it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear you though.
Definitely a bunch of nuances there.
Damn. See, if I've been paying attention to, I know you posted this. I just was busy. I don't have a chance to really go through the Discord and look at what you're putting in there half the time right now. But yeah, as a swing short, I probably would have lowered the leverage a little bit instead of turning it up to 11. And then I probably would have held this as a swing, because that does look pretty good.
Yeah, and going short here, I mean, it's definitely a counter trend maneuver. So yeah, I should definitely be careful.
I like your little circles, man. What drawing tool is that? Is it just a circle?
Yeah, I think it's literally just a circle. Yeah.
It's just a circle.
Just a circle, man.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
All right. So what else are you looking at? Vlad has, for those who are listening, Vlad has the heartbeat on these like obscure small cap coins that just go crazy. So he's dialed in. Yep, he's dialed in.
I'm not sure I would agree necessarily, but you know what I do have is I have a lot of pairs. I have a lot of pairs in my list.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Yeah, you'll come out with someone. I'm like DMX. I'm like, what? DMX? I never even heard of that one. I just made that up, by the way.
I'm sure there is one.
There probably is. Yeah, there probably is.
But in terms, yeah, what am I looking at? Like, so one thing, one coin that is forgotten since long ago is YFI, which is one of this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like an early DeFi dinosaur.
Wasn't there a time that thing was trading for more than Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, it traded
Yeah.
at so all-time high is 95,000 for this one.
Wow, that's the real Bitcoin. Yeah, Satoshi's vision.
Exactly.
Whoa. Okay, we got trend line break.
Yeah, so for this one, it feels reasonable to me if we can have this sustained rally like across the crypto sector, then we are looking at, I think, Wix kind of like, I'm not going to say favorite setup because I don't know which your favorite setup is, but this is what you would call the acceleration area, right?
Acceleration zone.
Acceleration zone, or am I getting that wrong? Wick.
Oh yeah,
I think he
yeah.
likes. Oh,
I
okay.
mean, yeah, I mean that's what I'd be seeing. You guys know that though.
Yeah, because then dangling Wix on the way down. Yeah.
hmm
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
potential for a launch for sure.
I
And
see
At least
it
up
right
to
at-
like 12,
Yeah.
12.5.
So this thing's trading right now at 7,700, and it was at a time was up to 95 something.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's severely
That is
depressed.
pretty wild.
And we do have
It's undervalued.
this acceleration area, and maybe for viewers that don't know why this is an acceleration area, or why we would kind of classify it as such, it has to do with where stops are going to be residing. Because we've been in a downtrend, and in a downtrend people short, and the closer you get to the bottom, the more people are short, just as the inverse is true for when the market is topping. And the idea of the acceleration zone, right, is as soon as price breaks through here, we're going to trigger a bunch of stop losses for short positions and FOMO longs, basically, from everyone else. Which then, if the weather is just right, that should carry price up until the next point of stops, and repeat the process and kind of cascade through this area where you have layered stops, essentially.
Okay.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with the
Yeah.
thin order books, then you can really push it up in there and get that acceleration, that multiplier effect.
Exactly, and what?
Yeah.
Where is all the where's all the market makers these days? Like, a lot of them went belly up, right?
Well,
went
they're
bankrupt,
waiting.
a lot of them.
They're waiting for 3AC's new venture, GTX, to get funded in order to for there to be a new market maker. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna take
Can you-
their
can you believe
25
they
mil and
And they call it GTX. I mean, can you guys be a little more creative? I mean, come on. Hey, we got some requests in the Twitch. We got a couple guys. FTM would like to have a look at FTM. I've never traded it. FTT and FTT also. Vlad, I think you know what's up with FTM, don't you?
Phantom. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Not something that I typically look at, but
Figured you were just kidding on FTT.
No,
Ads.
he said. Oh, now he says JK.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I bet some people have made a lot of money on FTT in the past week because
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
tradable, but
But yeah, you can't perp it though. I can't even find a perp on it anymore.
oh, that's right. They all dropped.
Yeah, so that sucks. They're talking about reviving FTX. That's pretty bull. FTM does not look too bad from what I'm seeing. Wow. Talk to me, Vlad.
Yeah.
What do you see?
Yeah, what do I see? I mean, this is a weekly chart again for FTM, but
Looks like,
we still have upside
looks like it already made a
objectives.
pretty huge move.
Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
exactly. It's already made like a fairly significant move here, but we do still have some upside objectives just above where we're
Yeah.
at, actually.
Damn, we missed that move. Oof, we'll never financially recover. That's a big one.
But we're also
Wow.
like right into resistance here, I suppose.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you can see it now.
So I would at this point for FTM probably wait for some more clarity, like maybe wait for price to properly kind of conquer this area, this little box that I drew. Like you get something like that. But right now this is resistance. The expectation
Yeah, no
should
doubt.
be
No doubt.
should be something like that rather. But I mean everything's running, and if everything's running, this thing is also going to continue running, right? And first upside objective would be meme number 0.42, so that one feels obvious that we're going to tag.
Yep.
And then you have 0.52, and I'm assuming for good measure this one is going to go to 0.69.
69.
Yep. So that would be my and that's also coincidentally the next kind of big resistance area, right? And you have some gaps and inefficiencies here that price is kind of likely
You can totally,
to want to fill.
yeah. You can totally see an upward move to try to catch some breakout traders above the current level we're at now. You can totally see a move like that happening.
Yeah,
And then-
yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, wow. Yeah, it does look pretty good. But then again, yeah, I'm not trying to long it. So I'm not sure if Mr. Abs Phoenix has if he's trying to just go spot long or trying to long with leverage or anything. It's probably not. He's probably not gonna want to do it right now, just in case. So a gentleman by the name of Ayo It's T wants to know about Aptos. Another one I missed, and I'll never financially recover from missing this one. Wow.
Aptos, yeah, that one ran
Oh,
very nicely.
man, it always happens on these weekends, man. Oh, I was trading this thing down in the 4s and the 5s for a while. That's monstrous.
Yeah, it's
Is there some new tech? There's some new tech here that we haven't heard about. Some new fundamentals. No.
as far as I'm aware, no, there isn't anything insanely innovative happening on Aptos. The thing. Okay, so Aptos is interesting right now because, as far as I understand, the tokenomics are so and so, and they raised like Aptos launched at a very high valuation. So I think
Right, with FTX and Sam, then, right? With Alameda backing them too, right?
I'm not sure, but I mean they were backing everything, right? So probably.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I mean, for people that may look at Aptos and think, okay, new L1, could this be the Solana of the next bull run? And to that, I would probably say no, because Solana launched at a $25 million valuation, and then ran to God knows what, right? It ran to like 30, 40 billion at the top.
Billion, yeah.
Aptos launched, I think, at around 2 billion or something like that. So the upside multiplier, like the success factor for Aptos to do a Solana has to be absolutely insane.
Well, first of all, with Solana, I mean, there is no second bet. So I mean, it's not gonna.
Right, yeah. It goes down. It goes down. It has all the features that you want, right? No second best.
So what this tells me is that the only fundamental thing that's changed about Aptos is the price, and price is has a way of clouding the fundamentals because it makes you think that wow, there's some value there. Damn, that's pretty crazy. That's an insane run up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say
What
with
about
Aptos. with Aptos,
Yeah,
just
go
real quick, that the one thing that would kind of be a counter to my argument, like why, like I just outlined kind of why I don't really touch Aptos. I would trade it though, sure, but I wouldn't like hold it. But that might just be the kind of middle of the bell curve IQ take, right? So
Mhm.
if the consensus is that tokenomics are bad and it's too highly valued already, and then if that's the consensus, then it probably means that nobody owns it, and those are the
Mm.
coins that are going to pump, right?
Right.
Because then
Yeah,
you have a bunch
yeah.
of buyers eventually. Um, so I guess in terms of that, Aptos has potential. Like it's very easy to to kind of answer the question like who is going to buy it from me once it has
Mhm.
kind of finished pumping. And yeah, if the consensus is that Aptos kind of sucks, then
What's to be
Right.
said about that massive candle that started the whole thing off? I mean,
initial
I wonder if that
initial
wick
listing candle, I suppose.
has anything in it.
Oh, the initial listing. Yeah. That's when it came on Binance or Coinbase or whatever. You always
Yeah,
get those
yeah.
crazy moves. Get those crazy
Yeah.
moves.
I just wonder if there's anything relevant in there. If there's orders to fill all the way near the top or anywhere near, or if just it's totally irrelevant.
All right. We got somebody asking about dog coins.
dog
all right.
coins.
Yeah, so as someone who, was deep in these dog coins in like the 5 or 6 cent area before that crazy Elon Twitter run up, I look at this chart now. It looks like it's it's right around this resistance where it was at 8.88 or 8.8 cents basically. Usually I see that as a late cycle rotation. When everything else is pumped, you get the dog pumps at the end, along with the kind of the Dino coins, the XTZ, stuff like that. It used to be Litecoin also, but now Litecoin has a halving narrative, and people seem to like that. So I don't include that one in that anymore. But yeah, XTZ dog coins used to always be a late cycle rotation until the whole Elon buying Twitter thing happened. But then that seems to have gone nowhere, at least for now. So looks right at resistance, sort of, to me. So it's not anything I'd probably mess around with at the moment. But then again,
That honestly doesn't look too bad for another move
yeah,
up to those highs, to those
doesn't look
recent
too bad.
highs.
Yeah, you got a couple of those there.
0.95.
Yeah. So even on the dump that we had, it went down to the mid sixes. So 6.5, it went down that low, and made a pretty good move. So I don't know. If you're feeling it, I think it's worth a shot. Then if you're going to go for just some spot buys.
Yeah,
Hit
it
the
doesn't
mark.
look terrible.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily short it here. So
no way. Mm-mm. And again, my philosophy on shorting Dogecoin is that I don't like shorting Dogecoin because it only takes one tweet from Elon to blow up your position.
sure.
Yep.
He really has that.
How
ability.
about CeeLo? We have Douglas.
Sorry, what was that? The coin again?
Douglas. Say what?
Oh,
What was
Douglas
the
just
coin
asked
again?
any thoughts on CeeLo in the short term.
Celo.
CeeLo? Cello?
I always called it cello.
Is it?
Yeah. Is there a ticker we can?
Is it?
Is it sell?
Yeah, it's cello. Oh, you're
Is
talking
it
about
Cello?
Clayton? Oh, cello. Yeah, cello. Yeah, it's like the German AT&T, something like that. No, for real.
1L.
All right. Need
It's
a.
1L.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you guys all want to look at this one. Yeah. Oh, man, I should have been paying attention to everything pumped. Man.
Mhm.
Ugh.
We can do the
Where's that panda?
classic kind of thing, I guess.
Ugh. Let's have a look. I see somebody else asked about Clayton, but I don't even know what that is.
No, we don't talk about Clayton.
Yeah, me
here.
neither.
It's
Sounds
a
like
chain.
sounds like an NFT.
It's
Okay.
actually. I mean, it's a chain that was very very. It was I think the second chain or the third chain that was integrated on OpenSea, and it just for some reason no one is talking about it, and I don't know what's going on the chain itself. So I think it's supposed to be NFT focused somehow. But yeah, that's about all I know on that one. For Cell or Cello, it does have the volume.
Yeah, what do you see there?
It does have the volume that I like to see. But we are, I guess, we're fairly, we're fairly hot already on this one. But yeah, I guess the simple answer is if the rest of crypto is going to pump this week, then this is also going to pump, and it has plenty of upside objectives to reach for. So the next objective would be roughly 20% away. So 20% upside for the first kind of easy objective. And you have a decent kind of invalidation level that I would consider at least like close below this low. Then I'd probably not look to long this anymore. But at this point, yeah, it looks like it'll most likely come up and touch this area at some point.
Yeah, looks good. It's pretty good today.
We have CVX, which you guys know that's my one of my little darlings.
Okay. CVX?
CVX, yeah.
Okay.
So CVX is kind of yeah. This week I think it's just illiquid book. Someone just pressed market buy probably. Because this pair is a fairly illiquid pair. Like it's traded more, I think, on chain, really. And this is a coin that I actually like, or a protocol that I actually like, because it is it's attached to Curve.
Right.
And yeah, so basically CVX is some kind of way to like basically create bribes or incentives for how the liquidity on Curve should be directed, like where there should be reward incentives, for example. So Curve holders can basically take their tokens and as far as I understand, vote and kind of incentivize various stablecoin swap pools on Curve. So there's some kind of proxy, control mechanism that's built into this token, which, well, it is a proxy for control of what I would say like fairly large pools of capital. And it's just one of those that no one really knows about, unless you're so really into DeFi and these things.
Right. Pretty well established range you got going on there too.
Right. Yeah, and it just it just barely tagged below it, and well, I mean, for me, next target is we're just at the mid range. So if we reject from here, then maybe we come back down towards the lower bounds, but. This should just be a pit stop to finding the top of the range, which is at 8.8.
Could be.
And that is a 60% move.
And where can you trade that one? Is that one on
sits on
what you call?
Yeah, so
is it on Bybit or Femet?
You can leverage trade it on Bybit, and yeah, spot pairs obviously on Binance. I think Coinbase has it as well.
And I miss Bybit. I miss trading on Bybit.
Bybit is fun.
Yeah,
when you
I know, I
make
miss
money,
it.
at least.
Well,
Less.
that goes for anything, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
E-
So I'm gonna quickly share this tab just to give another. Like, this I think is really where people should be looking when they're looking for. If you're asking yourself like, which coin should I buy? Just kind of remember that we are in an environment where having earnings and having revenue is considered very important.
Right.
Like we're not, obviously you can see the same thing in TradFi, and you're probably better to speak on that, Magna, but we're not really going all in on growth, as I understand it, right?
Correct.
And so, I mean, I just expect the same thing to happen in crypto. And so these would be like the protocols that I'm really interested in if I, with a gun to my head, had to pick something to hold, for example.
And the website you're looking at there, is that the DeFi Llama, or is that
So this is Token Terminal, tokenterminal.com.
Token Terminal?
All of this that I'm
Mind
looking at
sharing
right
that for
now.
the folks?
Yeah. Let's see if we can put a link somewhere. Yeah, and all of this is free. Like the things I'm looking at right now is completely free. We can go in and like
Nice.
have a look, for example, at
Yeah.
if we want to see what. Speaking of CVX, for example, then we can kind of see what's what. Add a short description. And you get all these fun metrics, so you can look at price versus, daily active users, for example, and things like that. And this is not going to help anyone catch a bottom or a top, right? But it's going to help you kind of weed out when the market is irrational. Like you can look at something and see like daily active users are, that's a rising trend. Price is going down or whatever,
nice.
And you can sort of catch the irrational part of it. I feel like there's a quote to that. Is it the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent, right?
Longer than you can stay solvent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So don't all in on any of this, but yeah, highly recommended. You can see bunch of stuff. You can look at Blur if you want to see how that, the NFT swap platform.
Yeah, Blur. Yeah, I'd love to talk about some NFTs right now because that's what I've been focused on. But
let's do it.
Yeah, Blur.
Let's talk some NFTs.
Yeah.
Handing it over to you.
Well, actually, real quick, okay. Actually, real quick though, Wick, are you looking at DOT right now for the people?
Oh no, I will.
Oh, okay.
Check it out.
Okay. Yeah. Go and do that real quick before we shift gears to shit coins with pictures.
Gotcha. Yep. Your screen is live, Wick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, DOT made a real run, didn't it? That ran higher.
Yeah. So DOT's one that Vlad was trading. I was trading. I remember that was like fundamental wise. We were kind of into that. So yeah, I haven't looked at a chart in a long time. Ooh, nice.
Cool.
Nice little TPO charts you got going on there. I like that. Volume profile. Oh. Okay, we got it.
Okay,
we'll take it from here.
All right. Sorry for the weird delay. Vlad just had to be right back. Yeah. DOT, let's see, coming into this block here, similar story to what we talked about on a lot of the alts. Looks like it has higher potential upward movement here. Different from a lot of them. We don't have that clean, kind of what we call the acceleration zone. I guess you could say, let's see, you could do this kind of thing. That actually lines up pretty cleanly. I mean, it's kind of what you want to see. 3 pretty equidistant points. Those are like almost perfectly separated. That's a big,
Wow.
that's a wide spread. So I don't know how valid that would be. I haven't really
Okay.
tested that on high time frames because this is the daily chart. So that's like a weekly zone.
Yeah, it's a lot
Um,
of space in between. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, we've had massive candles, like these. Look at that one, that giant one there. I mean, it's possible to have something just move like that. Boom, just like what was the like 70% run.
Yeah.
Not saying that's going to happen, but there is potential for that. Just like a lot of these other alts that we've looked at. Short, let's see, lower time frame. I do like the idea of coming back down into this range a little bit from here. Don't know if we'll get that, but that's kind of what we're looking at a lot of pairs, and that does line up with Vlad's fractal that we talked about, that weekly one, where we are kind of expecting a little pullback here, but not a massive drop, just on maybe most coins before we get that next leg up. That does kind of coincide with running into this sort of block over here, just kind of trickle down here to grab some more liquidity, and then make that final run to grab this nearest high, pivot high there. This has kind of that not quite blow off top look, but I like the form of this candle, this newest 4-hour candle, how we took out the high of that previous one just a little bit before reversing. That usually has better potential for a small reversal shift in direction. I don't typically like to see an inside candle, but that doesn't always matter. Something like this, that was an inside candle that closed bearish, and we did in fact continue lower from there. So, but if this closes bearish, this current 4-hour candle, there is potential for us to come down a little bit further, just back somewhere into this range. This is a block here, this kind of thing, that sort of thing there. So we could just retest this little block and make that next run higher. If we do come and break this low here, and we close below that, there could be potential for more movement lower to then come and grab these lows here. But yeah, short term, that's kind of what I'm looking at, just in the next today going through tomorrow, potential move back into the range.
Yeah, I wish that that Vlad was here. He could share my screen because, yeah, I had some levels on this one charted, a while ago when I was trading it, and yeah, we're right up against. We're coming up. Yeah, I think it's a daily. Daily, 12-hour order block. I mean, a bearish order block. Yeah. Also,
you're talking about this thing, so I'm on the daily.
Yeah, if you're on the daily, if you look over, I want to say November 7th.
Boom. Yeah.
November 7th.
November 7th, right there. So I just marked it. Can you see that?
Bingo. You got it.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about there. Just tapping into that.
And then if you have, I know you don't really use moving averages, but if you were to pull up the 200-day moving average, we are very close, or we're above it. We're above it big time.
It's like a simple moving average, or
simple moving average. 200 days simple. Those ones hold a lot more weight than the exponentials, in my opinion, for like higher time frames. But it's around like 640. Yeah, it's around 640 right now. And so if there was any pullback, I would probably look to long if the market's looking pretty good overall. Long in that one back up to this order block, the top of this wick, basically is pretty much the same area, and then see where it goes from there. And if it breaks through it, then compound and let's go.
Gotcha.
Yep.
You're kind of wanting it to. Sorry, I was messing with my screen, so I didn't listen
that's cool.
fully. But you're wanting it to see kind of maybe a retest of this 200 moving average, but not a close below it.
Not saying a retest. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm saying, if we get a pullback and if it gets down to that area and closes above it, then yes, that's worth a long for me. I'm looking for closes below it is when I start getting ready to cut.
Gotcha.
I had a range on this one that was worked out really sweet for a while, and then it broke it and then retested it. The top of the range is about 5.52, 5.53. And that was pretty good retest and went up. I should have had my alerts on, but I didn't. So yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that
Missed
is
it.
right where it bounced, huh?
Yeah, I missed it. Totally missed it. And it's so cool when you're working a range like that. You know, you put a little parallel channel, you do a little range, and it's just so cool to play that. And then when it breaks through it, and then you get that perfect, good retest at the top of that range. I mean, that's just textbook. Yeah, I would have been all up in it. All up in it.
I love that. Dang.
So yeah, for now,
Too bad we can't just be doing this full time.
Yeah, not looking to short this right now. As a side note, unless the market starts showing some serious weakness, but I would only be shorting it down, and I'd start looking to cut positions around that 200-day moving average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting how this does line up with that kind of argument. All of these signs do. I mean, this is like that point of control area that we've stretched away from. Now there's potential to come back and revisit it a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Yeah. Like there's a time factor. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a time factor too, where it's like, you kind of extrapolate what the 200-day moving average would be at a certain point in time in the future, based on a certain price, don't get into early kind of situations. But yeah, this one, man, I don't know. Yeah. If you look overall, I mean, now this time of day, I start looking at the ES mini futures, and they're doing better. They're up higher than where the S&P was when it closed. So it's hard to make a bear case right now, to be honest with you, overall. Yep.
Yeah. Sitting
today
above
was
that range there.
Yeah, today was a weird day though, because the overall legacy markets were looking pretty good, and then crypto was really it was trying to wick out a bunch of people. So kind of a weird dynamic there. But yeah, that's definitely one. I moved up my watch list. I moved it up.
Cool. Yeah, I like this wick spot here.
Yeah, I got a few more minutes for some NFTs. Vlad, so that website where you're charting the NFTs, what is that again?
Yeah. So I found a site called Parsec Finance, which
Parsec. Okay.
Yeah, so you can chart NFTs there. I mean, obviously there are many ways. I think I'm on some kind of free trial there, so I can share if you want.
Oh, is it a paid? Well, yeah. I mean, share the most bullish NFT chart right now, and you already know which one that is. I'm not biased, not at all. I've never looked at these charts when making trades, and I totally should. It's fun to look at though, and it's cool to see Kaleo posting stuff too with these charts. A lot of people say that you can't chart NFTs, but I mean it's a financial market. People trading assets. I don't know why you couldn't.
It's altcoins with pictures, anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the only argument you can make is probably maybe the lack of market participants make some of the levels, some of the indicators maybe not as worthwhile, maybe not as reliable. But if you just look at price action alone, I mean, it's kind of there's a lot more fundamentals that go into it, and a lot more market inefficiency when it comes to this kind of stuff too, because of the psychology and how people are emotionally attached to their pictures. I mean, it happens. It's happened to all of us. We've all learned the hard way. But this chart's ridiculous. Yeah. And so what's the VWAP? The VWAP's your purple line, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so what level is that? I'm trying to zoom in to see that.
So it's about 1 ETH around there.
1 ETH?
Yeah. On
the VWAP? Right. Time frame wise, you got about 2 to 3 weeks before that point system comes out, the Panda points. And gonna change the dynamic for Rarity and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. There's a lot of other things in the ecosystem as well. So yeah, you'll see that VWAP of course come up. If you look at just the price action without the VWAP, I mean, 2 has done well, but looking at that, you would say probably lower than 2. Lower than 2, 1.5. Something like that. I don't know if it's going to get that kind of retest anytime soon. So, if you're looking to cash in and pay yourself, it's not a bad idea. If you're doing with hopes for a dip, yeah, you might be left with a lesser panda at some point in the future. You might be left with a decision where, do I get back in or not? Or do I just take the money and call it good? And I've been in that position a few times with this project because it just kept running. And so you got to make the call. Are you getting back in or not?
Yeah, for sure. Being as
Sometimes,
I only have one,
they always say, yep.
keep mine.
Yeah, they always say, buy low, sell high. They always say buy low, sell high, but hey, you can buy high and sell higher too. And that's on a momentum trade. And sometimes that's what you got to do. And that's what I had to do in this project a few times because every level would just get blown through. And here I was taking profit. And next thing you know, I'm low on pandas to take more profit. And they're ones I want to keep because that psychology thing where, yeah, you get a little attached to them. You like them.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you get attached to just your positions, right? Now they added a cute picture to it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then there's the whole community aspect, or cell shaming, and that plays a role. I don't care about all that. I can care less until those people pay my bills and they can't, and fuck them. But that is a real effect in the space, though. That people do. That does force people to hold longer just because they don't want to hear about it, or mess up the floor trait or the floor for one trait, so they don't want to list below a certain level instead of just paying themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a Nansen subscription, or I did, and I think maybe B-Waves had the Nansen subscription for a while back in the pre-Room 110 days, and that was fun. That was great to be able to see like all the inner workings of who's holding what, average listings, the metrics on that thing were great.
Yeah, the Nansen one, it was great, and it to be honest, Parsec looks like a some kind of copy of Nansen, right? Like it's definitely the same, in my opinion, fairly ugly user interface.
All right,
yeah.
folks. Well, it sounds like we're on kind of a hard stop here. So, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop it in the Discord, and we'll answer what we can. And always happy to help.
Yeah, definitely. Come join us in the Discord.
Yeah, love all the questions.
Yep, sorry, I cut you off there quick.
Yep, all good.
All right, then I think I'll take us out. Don't be stupid. Don't this is not financial advice, etc. And be safe. Have a good one, and we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Later.
Thanks, guys.